I recently went on a writer's retreat with some friends, and we were all up in the mountains just talking about life and writing music. And at the time, I hadn't even started this YouTube series yet. But I was telling them I was pretty nervous to start it. And I was like, I mean, what's the worst that could happen, really? And they were like, hey, that's a good song title. I've been in my head second guessing us. I'd know it was love if I found the one. I keep breaking down if we should break up. Is it just a phase, spinning tires in mud? Back and forth I tend to keep overthinking. My intuition is there for a reason. Why do I tell myself that it's worth trying to stay? If the worst that could happen is starting over, ending up with a heartache hangover. Call up my sister, cry on her shoulder, spend the night drinking and finally feel sober. Throw on my boots and find me a cowboy, let him spin me around and around. Leaving is lonely, but it ain't as tragic as staying tied to his white horse and wagon. That's the worst that could happen. I've been thinking about what our future would be like. I put my makeup on just to play a happy wife. Why picket fence while the house is on fire? King-size bed, sleeping with the wrong guy. Cooking your dinners and having your babies. Sticking around wishing someone would save me. Can't keep convincing myself it's worth trying to stay. Yeah. The worst that could happen is starting over, ending up with a heartache hangover. Call up my sister, cry on her shoulder, spend the night drinking and finally feel sober. Throw on my boots and find me a cowboy, let him spin me around and around. Leaving is lonely, but it ain't as tragic as staying tied to his white horse and wagon. That's the worst that could happen. The worst that could happen is dragging somebody along for the ride when I know it ain't right. The worst that could happen is starting over, ending up with a heartache hangover. Call up my sister, cry on her shoulder, spend the night drinking and finally feel sober. Throw on my boots and find me a cowboy, let him spin me around and around. Leaving is lonely, but it ain't as tragic as staying tied to his white horse and wagon. That's the worst that could happen. That's the worst, that's the worst, that's the worst that could happen. That's the worst, that's the worst, that's the worst that could happen.